Hi, everyone. Welcome. Good morning. Good afternoon. We're so excited to have you here. Thank you for joining our product showcase. We're very excited to show you what our product can do for your FBA business. So let's just get it started. A quick look at the agenda that we'll be covering today. So we're going to do a brief intro into our speakers and what you're seeing on your screen, our console as well, so that you can get familiar with what you're seeing in case you haven't joined one of our webinars before. And then we'll dive deep into what Copilot does. So our product and customer success team is ready to give you all the insights into what Copilot can do for your FBA business. And we'll also do a live demo, so make sure to stay tuned for that so that you can see in real time how Copilot actually works. And at the very end, we'll do a brief Q&A session, so be sure to send in all your questions for that as well regarding Copilot or how Copilot can work for your FBA business. Any questions that you have, we'll be happy to answer them. So what you're seeing on your screen is our console. So right below where you can see me speak, you'll see a little box where you can meet our speakers and get in touch with them. So you can message them on LinkedIn or through their email, depending on what contact info is there. If you have any questions, be sure to connect with them. And then on your right side, right below your slide portion or slide window, is a question box where you can send in your questions for a Q&A. Any questions that you might have at any time throughout the webinar, be sure to send those in through there. And then right next to that, you'll see our chat, which is where you can chat with fellow audience members or with us as well. And then right next to that, you'll see a quick survey box. It takes less than a minute to answer. So if you could answer that, it would really, really help us. So thank you in advance. And then right on top of that, you'll see a little box where you can claim your free ad audit with us. We'll talk more about what our ad audit entails at the end. But in a nutshell, it's a 20+ page report with areas of opportunity and growth for your FBA business. And on top of that audit box, you can book a call with our experts at any time throughout the webinar. So you can do that at any time throughout the webinar. You can book your audit or a call with one of our experts. So if you're new to Mayan, we know we have some customers here. We have some new people here as well. So if you don't know us, we are the only Amazon inventory and PPC optimization platform that is designed for profitable growth. So our technologies and our strategies are profit-centric, and we are driving unrivaled growth for our customers with our technologies. And all of our account managers are dedicated Amazon and PPC experts. So we have a great combination of tech and of team. And we want to get to know you as well. We know we have some familiar faces here, but we also have some new faces here. So please drop into the chat your name, where you're from, how long you've been selling on Amazon, what you sell. We really want to get to know you as well. And now to our speakers. We have a great team here of elite Mayan members. So we have Phil Duong here. He's the head of our customer success program or department, sorry. And he successfully started and scaled a 7-figure food brand in just 3 years, which he then sold to Warpify. And he now helps businesses realize their potential here with us at Mayan. We have Henry Kobutra here. He's our director of products. He has 13 years of product leadership experience from startups to SMEs to enterprises. And he is helping Mayan become a product-led organization to help sellers accelerate growth in their business. And we have Michael Hilton here. He's our software product manager. So he's in tune and constantly in sync with the Mayan team and with customers. So some of you might already know him. To help us build up powerful tools that increase productivity and profitability on Amazon. So I'm gonna let them take over. We're excited for you to get to know Copilot deeper. Take it away. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Babs. Your intro was too kind. All right, allow me to talk a bit about Copilot. So some companies try to opt for a totally automated or AI-driven software. Some companies are entirely customer service based or account manager based. And we are opting for a hybrid way because we realized that if you wanted to go totally AI driven or software driven, some businesses are different from others. So, and if we were to go account management based, the efficiency wouldn't be as good as if we were to use software. So that's why Copilot. We're building a tool that helps our account managers and self-serve customers to manage their account as efficient as possible. And as Babs mentioned, the one thing that sets us apart is that we're set up as a profit-driving solution. So for our new folks here, I'll let the numbers speak for themselves. We are trying to optimize for profit wherever possible. And we have had some great success with some of these clients and some more. Feel free to get in touch with our account managers or our sales team to learn more about those. And speaking of Amazon, having a great product seems not to be enough. Advertising is very necessary, and unfortunately, within Amazon, very complex. Our product team agrees, our software engineers agree, as well as pretty much everyone else within our company. So it's also constantly changing, and we have to keep up with all they do within their ads platform and their Seller Central. And most PPC tools in the market that at least I'm seeing are also complicated to use, and it is having a steep learning curve whichever way you go. So Mayan Copilot, the way we're designing it right now, it's a suite of tools. We're trying to optimize ad spend and inventory management. It's designed to save time. And being a co-pilot, we would like you to have a good sense of control of whatever configurations you're building in or whatever AI tools you're running within our co-pilot. So when a new customer signs on to Mayan, one of the first things that our account managers do, in case you're signing on as a managed customer, is we have access to a tool that allows us to do automated full campaign creation. So if you're familiar with the activity of creating campaigns and how many configurations you have to do, especially if you have lots of products, you probably know what I'm talking about, what targeting you have to set up, how you would like to structure your campaign, etc. We have a tool that enables our account managers, campaign managers, as well as our self-serve customers to fully automate this process. And the next thing that I'm going to send off to Michael is something that we are really excited to share with you. So after campaign creation, next we're talking about bidding, but it's not just a bidding tool, but Michael, please tell us more.
Yeah, you got it. So what I want to focus in on a little bit is a couple of the automations that we are using to help our team manage, all the manual work that goes into bid optimization. So, optimizing bids is such a crucial part of managing your ad spend, because the efficacy of your advertising and the efficiency of your ad spend just has a really direct impact on the profitability and brand awareness that you have on Amazon. The thing is that in order to keep all those bids optimized manually across hundreds of campaigns is really, really time consuming. It could essentially be a full-time job in and of itself. So in order to ensure that our team has the time they need to focus on the higher level, higher impact responsibilities, we've been working to build software tools that alleviate some of that manual effort while still driving really quality results as far as bids are concerned. First tool that I want to highlight today is what you see on your screen here, called the Automated Bidding Agent, which essentially takes the guesswork out of the manual bid adjustment and makes sure that bids are set at a level where they'll get the impressions they need for the lowest possible cost per click. There's some customization that our users can take advantage of, knowing that not every strategy for advertising is the same. Sometimes you want to advertise a little more aggressively, so drive higher impressions and be willing to spend a little bit more. Maybe on the other end, you still want to get impressions, but budget's a little tight, so you're going to try and keep a more conservative strategy so cost per click stays down, or keep something that's more balanced in the middle where it's finding that optimal level that the bid will give you the most bang for buck. We are constantly finding ways to improve this tool and fine-tune little features that give our users better control and also better peace of mind. So a couple examples that you'll see on your screen are, we have the ability for users to define a max bid just to make sure that nothing goes out of control and we can really keep that spending in check and make sure that everything is profitable. And in addition to that, to ensure that campaigns can continue running throughout the day, we have an automation that will incrementally increase the campaign budget if the users would like to opt into that as well. So that's the automated bidding agent. The way that our users take advantage of this is they set up the campaigns to run with this agent. And then at that point, rather than having to go in and manually make all those bid changes, they can kind of take a back seat and observe from a more higher level reporting standpoint, see how the campaigns are performing. This helps them quickly identify issues that maybe they need to step in and do a little bit of manual work just to redirect, adjust the strategy, and keep things running smoothly. So to complement our automated bidding solution, we also have a feature that lets our users define custom rules to pause low-performing targets. What we know is that even if a target is getting a good amount of impressions and clicks, it's by no means certain that customers are going to buy that product. Some keywords and targets just don't convert really well. And so that's where this automation comes really in handy. What our users can do is customize various rule sets that will filter for targets that are underperforming, and it will pause them automatically. So this automation runs daily so that any targets that aren't working out, they're not going to sit around wasting money until somebody can come and get rid of them during like a weekly optimization session. So again, this is a huge time saver for our team. Instead of spending hours manually combing through to find all of these underperforming targets, our team sets these rules up front, and they can run autonomously. And similar to the automated bidding agent, we have reporting for this that lets our users go through and check to make sure that things are behaving appropriately. One thing that you may have noticed about both of these automations, I'll go back so that you can see, is they are targeted to specific campaigns. This is an area where we feel like we've differentiated ourselves pretty well. In other solutions, you might find that when you set an automation, that applies to every campaign that you have within your marketplace. That's not always the ideal solution, especially when some of our clients come to us and would like us to isolate certain portfolios or campaigns to protect them from automation or from even being worked on. What our solution is for that is a tool that we're calling product segments, where when defining an automation, you can specifically assign campaigns to be added to that automation. So if there are campaigns that you do not want to be affected, or if you have groups of campaigns or products that should run with different rules, that flexibility is there to really make sure that everything is fully optimized and finely tuned to the best of our ability. Because we're always working closely with our users to make sure that the user interface meets their expectations. One thing you'll see here is the way we built this feature mimics some of the user interface that they're familiar with in Amazon, just to try and take advantage of the best practices of quickly and efficiently identifying campaigns, whether it's through a list of ASINs or selecting based on campaign name and so forth. I'll turn things back over to you, Henry, to discuss smart alerts. Henry, you're muted.
Thanks, Michael. I apologize for that. That was great, Michael. Thanks for the intro to ABA custom rules and product segments. One thing we figured out talking to our customers and also our internal teams is how much time is spent checking dashboards, which Philip will demo in a bit. But checking dashboards all the time is time consuming, especially if you manage multiple brands. So that's why we're introducing smart alerts. Smart alerts is our attempt to create sort of a proactive alerting system based on your own rules. So what you'll do is you set up parameters like ROAS or ad spend. Like, for example, if ROAS goes below a certain amount, let's say below 3, shoot me an email. We're working on expanding more notification channels and more attributes as we go. But we wanted to get this in the hands of our own team as well as self-serve customers as soon as possible. So we'd like to invite you to try it out as soon as you can. And that should help with having or giving you a bit more peace of mind in how your metrics are going. And it will allow you to take action sooner rather than figuring this out through checking into your dashboards, which unfortunately we cannot do all the time. So the way this is set up is fairly easily customizable. You select an alert type. We'll give you, we actually give you 2 thresholds. One is the danger zone, and the other is a warning zone. So essentially, they're not different. You can only set up a danger zone, but let's say before ROAS hits below 3, you might want to set a warning zone at 5. That would mean if your ROAS goes below 5, you'll receive 1 email with a yellow traffic light. And if it goes below 3, for example, you'll receive another email with a red traffic light. That goes into the other direction as well. Let's say something happened at 3 a.m. But it has gone back up since. You'll receive an email telling you everything is back to normal. And speaking of dashboards, Philip, would you like to show us or talk about our profit dashboard?
Yep. Thank you, Henry. We'll really go over our profit dashboard here. Let me skip ahead where we're going to highlight how the CS team here utilizes these dashboards. So when we're looking at profits, we really want to look at your profit margin. And to do that, we calculate your Amazon fees, fulfillment, and storage, all those things, so it's easily accessible, and you're able to select the date range in which you want to see this type of data. So as a seller, I find this very important and really easy to use. Additionally, we have performance insights by day of week, really emphasizing what kind of metrics are important to us on an advertising standpoint. So let me go ahead and share my screen and I can walk through a demo. It looks like. So give me 1 second here. Can you see this okay? Okay, great. So first off, like I said before, this dashboard is primarily an easy way to access what your profit margins look like and understand how your sales are performing day over day, and just understanding how the fees are actually broken down. This data is actually based on a real account, but we've hidden their name just for privacy reasons. They are FBM sellers, so that's why there's no fulfillment or storage fees here. But we can see, trend that the weekends they typically have a higher sales rate. So that's because of their fulfillment times and things like that. But as we scroll down here, we can also take a look at other important factors like organic versus ad sales. What's interesting about this account is about 40% of their sales are coming from organic, but about 60% are coming from ads. Typically, we see about a 50% split, but it just really depends on where your account's at and how you're looking to grow. So another great tool within this dashboard that I want to emphasize on is the parent ASIN and SKU level details, where we can look at the tacos percentages for each one of them, really understanding, what ASIN we should be leveraging and what we should be dialing back on. For example, if you're having a child ASIN that's, having a very high percentage of tacos, maybe we would want to dial back on that and start putting some budget into other ASINs within the same parent that have a lower percent tacos. So really just having an easy dashboard to analyze how each product is doing is critical into how we can further optimize. So diving into the advertising dashboard here, this really just focuses on all the key metrics that you would want to look at when advertising, such as CPCs, how many clicks you're getting, and conversion rates. Also very important. So this account in particular has a pretty high conversion rate, which is great to see. And keeping in mind, this is purely on an ad standpoint. This is not looking at organic conversion rates. So when we scroll down, we can also look at, how we're spending our money based on the campaign type, how they're performing. This will really help us understand what other areas of the account we can, continue to push forward and optimize on. So this is really great to see. And then here we can see conversion rates based on different match types. So this is also something that's really great. Really having a handle on how your creatives are actually converting will give you a better understanding of, what really needs to be optimized. So this account has very healthy conversion rates, and also, day of week analysis is also very important because Amazon actually has a tool themselves where you can essentially have day parting. So, understanding this data will really help you get a handle on that. So, for example, this account, it has higher CPCs on the weekend, but that's intentional because they have average sales that are higher on the weekend. So we look to push their sales on the weekend and kind of dial back the CPCs on the weekdays when volume is less and conversion rates are lower. So that's why we can see CPCs getting higher here, and then average sales kind of peaking Saturday and Sunday. So then, looking into month over month advertising trends, this is also great to see just to understand how your account's performing month over month. This account in particular really has been seeing a ROAS growth trend, along with a trend in increased ad profits. So this is primarily in correlation to their increased conversion rates. They have updated their listings and have had a lot of new creatives, especially in the sponsored brand video aspect. So that really helped uplift their performance metrics. So these are really the main things I wanted to glance over in regards to our profit and ads dashboards to, let you guys understand how our CS team is utilizing them and how sellers really like to use our product to help them understand their day-to-day metrics. So happy to pass it over to Babs on an audit if you guys are interested. So feel free to take it away, Babs.
Thanks, Phil. Thanks, everyone. That was really, really insightful. I know, or I hope our audience took away many, many insights into that, into how Copilot and Smart Alerts can help optimize your FBA business. So thanks, guys. Now to talk a bit about our advertising audit, which is free. You can claim that at any time. You can scan that code that you see on your screen right now, or click on the box that is on the right side of your screen. But if you're not familiar with that, what's an Amazon advertising audit? Basically, our Amazon and PPC experts here at Mayan take a multifaceted approach in auditing your FBA business. So they take a look to ensure that you are getting the most organic and ad sales within your budget. So we provide sellers with a 20+ page report that includes recommended opportunities to reduce budget while maintaining your same sales, or even 2xing or 3xing your sales with the same budget. So we review everything from your types of products to the keywords that you're using, to how your campaigns are being structured, to your type of advertising or ads that you're utilizing, to your ACOs, your TACOs, and your ROAS. And we provide you with that 20+ page report. We know that your data is of utmost importance to you, so rest assured that your data remains confidential and no information will be stored with us or with our CS team. We just analyze it to identify the areas of growth and the opportunities of growth, and we give that back to you. So you can claim your free ad audit today, and we can reveal how you can, or how we can boost your ROAS with your current budget or even less. Make sure to book that right now. And now we're gonna do a brief Q&A session. We do have some questions here from our audience. So guys, you can feel free to take on any of these questions as you see fit. So the first one is, how does Mayan incorporate AI technology to maximize efficiency and profitability?
Henry, do you want that one or me?
Yeah, no, I can take it. Microphone issues. Feels embarrassing. So the question was how Mayan incorporates AI technology, right? So we have several features that are built on pretty complex machine learning algorithms. And these models do provide us with powerful insights to aid with, for example, demand forecasting, automated bidding, as Michael showed you earlier, and also with keyword target generation, keyword and target generation, and harvesting as well. And we are working on new ways to incorporate AI into our technology. For example, Smart Alerts was the first step in letting the user identify what they care about and what they would like to be alerted on. And we use that learning to, in the future, more proactively let you know how your account is doing, identifying things that we think you should be paying attention on, opportunities for investment. And ultimately, what we would like to do is to also give you recommendations for your account management, whether that being ad optimization or inventory management, for example. Hope that answers the question.
Thanks, Henry. The next question, or another question that we have, is related to product segments. Do segments have any relation with portfolios in Amazon?
Why don't you take this one away?
Yeah, good point to bring up for clarification. So in Amazon, right, you have the ability to group your campaigns under portfolios, which is a separate hierarchy from what we have for our product segments feature. Right now, they don't necessarily line up, which gives you some added flexibility where in Amazon, you can maintain your portfolios as makes sense. But then within Copilot, when you're creating automations and applying them to groups of campaigns, you can have a separate hierarchy or organization structure for those campaigns that doesn't necessarily need to be beholden to what has been set in Amazon. Where we see this going in the future is possibly taking it a step further, where you might take some of this hierarchy and nest it from one level to the next. So within a segment of campaigns, you may have sub-segments that have different rules and different automations that they're following. That would give us, a bit of an advantage, because rather than having just one level of hierarchy like you have with Amazon portfolios, we could offer some enhanced customization there.
Awesome. Thanks, Michael. We do have a few questions here about ABA. The first one is, how does the system determine the appropriate bid for a target?
So the way that works, like Henry mentioned, it's built on AI, where we have a pretty robust machine learning algorithm that powers that automated bidding agent. So essentially what it's doing is it's utilizing historical data to forecast the demand for a given search term, and then also assign the appropriate cost per click to that keyword. And that's where it then performs the calculations, like I mentioned, where it's going to find that optimal level of CPC to get the maximum impressions possible.
Perfect. And then the next question about ABA is, does it work for product or category targeting?
So right now it's limited to keyword targeting. It works for all targeting types within keyword targeting, be it broad, manual, or exact. And our team is currently building, expanding the functionality so that it can also automate bids for product and category targets. So we're working on that.
Coming soon. And then the next question is, what protections are in place to avoid overspending or driving bids too low?
So I mentioned that in the in the configuration where users are setting up their automated bidding agent, there is the ability to set a maximum bid where bids won't go too high. Thinking about the other direction, like making sure bids don't go too low, we also have a part of the feature that's not available on the front end yet. So it's not available to our users that are on the application. But internally, we're testing out a couple other improvements coming soon, one of which is the ability to define a minimum bid as well. So the way that we are setting this up is we know what CPC is kind of the cutoff for you're not going to get any more impressions under that, under that CPC. So we define our own minimum that it should not go below, but knowing that users have, their own preferences and maybe a little bit more knowledge about their budget, we're continuing to expand some of that customization that can keep bids within a range that's acceptable.
Awesome. Thank you, Michael. We have another question here. How can I target a product category?
I'm assuming, and let me know if I'm wrong, that we're talking about ABA. As Michael just mentioned, that's currently a work in progress. So we're planning to release this to self-serve customers within the quarter. But right now, ABA is only available for managed customers through our campaign and account managers. And however, I just spoke with our CTO, and he would like me to ask the audience if anyone would be interested in beta testing. Please get in touch, or maybe take advantage of that free audit. Michael, would you like to add to that?
No, I think it's a good answer.
So you heard it here first. If you're interested in a beta test, you can get in touch with us and we can get you onboarded onto that. And then we have a last question here. This one's regarding our dashboards. So how fresh is the data in the dashboards?
I can take that. So we're connecting through multiple data pipelines, as Philip just demonstrated. One of the beauties of our own dashboards is that we pretty much do a lot of the aggregation for you. You wouldn't need to tap into multiple data sources and try to combine that in your own Excel sheets. I see the value of it. A lot of people like to do it, myself included. But if you need to look up something very quickly, I think our dashboards is doing a pretty good job at that. With that being said, our data pipelines are refreshed multiple times per day to keep reporting up to reporting up to date and reliable, and to ensure ongoing accuracy and reliability. And our data freshness, as we call it, is also an ongoing effort within our own product, data engineering, and account or customer success teams as well. So, Amazon is an ever-evolving ecosystem. It is complicated, but I think solving this tough problem for you is something that we really try to set ourselves apart.
Awesome. Thank you. Thanks, Henry. Thanks, Michael. Those were the questions that our audience had. If any of you have any other questions, please feel free to get in touch with us or with our speakers directly. You have their contact info there. We'll be happy to help solve any other questions that you might have, or you can book your audit as well. And that's it for the webinar. Thank you so much for taking this time of your day to connect with us and to learn more about Copilot. We're very, very excited to potentially roll out more tools in the future. So we'll host another webinar in case that happens in the near future. But we're very excited. We're very excited to have hosted this for you. If you have any questions, please get in touch with us, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, everyone.